Today we'll be picking up my trainee Jacob, and the client is complaining that their power bill has been fairly excessive for the last 2 months, upwards of $600 to $700. So we'll stop by and see what's going on. We'll probably let Jacob take the lead and let him kind of go through his troubleshooting, and I'll assist a little bit. We'll see what we find.
Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. You're on the candid camera too.
Oh. You got a GoPro. Boom.
Alright, so
I do have high voltage. I checked that.
So we got yellow,
White and red.
red, and white all jumped together. So where's my meter? There's my meter. Let's just double check. This guy, fancy. So we do have voltage. So you don't have anything happening. So a couple of things. What would be the first thing you would look for?
Well, I guess I'd probably, so I know I have high voltage because I pulled the contactor and it's been, maybe it's a pressure switch, which is not letting it come on.
We know that that's one of our pressure switches coming through here. And again, if it's closed, what should you see?
Are you checking continuity or
it's actually got voltage on it right now.
You should see nothing.
So if you see something,
then that means there's not voltage going through it.
so it means it's open.
Which means,
So it's either the high pressure switch or the low pressure switch.
I'd assume low.
I think you can look a couple of different ways. You can actually look on our diagram again, or we've got a yellow and pink wire. So if you can look in here and follow it, yellow and pink appears to be going to the suction line coming off the true suction right there. So that's probably your low pressure switch. So he's going to grab our gases and our leak detector, and we will put it in and see if we can find something. Being that it's completely empty, it's probably had a major leak somewhere, and we might even see it upon taking this off. Goodman units are real prone to some of the wiring running up against some of the capillary tubes in this outdoor unit and rubbing holes in it. I do see some white streaking where some, I see a spot right there. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah, that
See what I'm talking about?
looks like a...
So that may or may not be the issue, but it probably is. But we got it, yeah, I can feel it. That capillary tube is rubbed into the copper there. So I'd still say let's add a little pressure and make sure that's the spot, but judging by the stuff on my hand, you can kind of see where it was worn in.
Yeah.
That's likely it. So yeah, let's add a little pressure to it and see if you can get it to leak. You got it on the low side, or you got it on that? Yeah, look at it right here.
Oh yeah.
So we're bubbling. So we just let that pressure back off. If you want to grab our torch set.
Sir, yes sir.
I just like to clean up the site a good bit so that the silver has all the opportunity to stick to what we're trying to stick it to.
Generations.
That looks good. And remember, when you heat this up, the idea is you want to bridge the hole that's in it and not really suck much in to fill the whole thing up. This is just your true suction. It's good to have for checking the refrigerant in the wintertime and to see what's on the opposite side of the valve where it's actually going into the compressor. But you know, if worse comes to worse, we can just replace it. But I think we're good. If you want to start her up and patch it. You see it kind of change colors, and you can kind of dab your silver on there. You're an expert now. You've been doing this in school, right?
Yeah. Ain't the prettiest joint, but I think it'll work.
We're trying to bridge over a hole, so pretty versus functional is more what we're looking at. But you can actually see the spray pattern on here now that I'm looking at it, where it goes coming out of the thing. But
give it a second, and I'll put some pressures on it. Oh. Just having trouble getting some pressures in there. I'm charging from that hot or that suction, so in the low side getting pressure, so I didn't clog it.
okay,
So that's good.
that's good. All right, you probably good.
All right.
So I would say we watch it for a second, but
The gauges is leaking.
you can relieve our pressure, and then we'll put a vacuum on it.
Sir, yes, sir.
So we'll let this guy start pulling down, and if you want to go ahead and put the top back on.
Aye, aye. Did you say the temperature was outdoors?
So calculate your airflow, and 1400. Figure your outdoor dry bulb is 47 degrees. Indoor temperature is 70, so you just follow your chart till you get to 1400, 70 degrees indoor dry bulb, and then go across to 47 degrees, drop down, and it'll give you your liquid and your suction pressures. And
Okay. So 315 on your liquid and then 103 on your suction.
yep, you got it. So you can go ahead and plug her up, because we got as much as we can just pull in there ambiently, refrigerant wise. Alright, pulling down a good bit, but we are about 2.5 pounds light. So being that we're having to charge it through the true suction, don't want to put much to it, just barely crack it until you start seeing your valve move. Your pressure and that going up just slightly. So we don't want to hit it with a whole bunch of liquid going right into that compressor.
We don't like non-compressibles.
Nope, nope.
47?
Looking at it now, like it says, about 42 degrees. It's so much, it's what I say, it said 93, and then about 330 for the head. We are right about there. So I say we button her up and we get out of here. On this one, we're all done, sir.
8.8.
There we go. Unfortunately, towards the end of that, my battery did die. I resorted to my cell phone a little bit as much as I could, and Jacob unfortunately had to jump off onto another mission before I could get the camera back up. But as you saw, fairly straightforward. Just had to locate the leak, patch the leak, test the patch, vacuum the system down, and then recharge to manufacturer's specifications. Goodman units, for whatever reason, I do tend to see that a lot. The true suction line is routed very close to some of the piping near the compressor that's just suffering a lot of mechanical vibration. Their capillary tubes also tend to have that problem where they're bunched all together up against the back of the coil. So just something to look out for if you have a Goodman/Amana unit, or even a Daikin unit now that just suddenly has no pressure in it. Most people look towards the evaporator or indoor coils, air handled coils rather, as their first go-to, but that's not always the case, and a lot of times on them it's not at all. But let's jump on to the next one and see what we can find.